All right. We are live. I'm going to try to see if I can do this. Killing my throat. All right, so now I have to upload that, I think, don't I? How do I do that? Brand, I want to upload add a video clip. There we go. That's the one I want to add. Haha. This one I made today. This one I'm going to show you guys I made today. The music I got from a company called Slipstream that I pay for. And it's where you can use copyright. Well, not it's under their license, so there's no copyright issues as long as you got everything done correctly. And so, what you have to do is you have to connect your channels, Facebook and YouTube channels, with the Slipstream account, so that you don't get the copyright issues. Now, I've already tested this one and it worked, and so we're going to do this way. With this one, let's give it a try. Here we go. All right, hey Bobby. Now you got me. You got to turn off me. Turn me off. Use your headphones. Where's your headphones at?
I will have to change devices. I'm using my stereo.
Oh, because I can hear myself. You can't have that. You can't hear me talking to you. That's disturbing.
All right.
Bad enough that I hear myself when I answer myself, and then when I hear myself on something else, then it's really bad. Then I really think I'm going crazy.
All right. Is that better?
Yeah, now it's working. Yeah. Play that. Actually, as long as Maureen and Anthony doesn't complain about it, or as long as nobody else complains about it, play the 1 year anniversary for them, and then play the I gotta change music for the sunrise one, I think. So don't do that one, but try. Well, yeah, just do the UFO one, and after that, so do the 1 year anniversary and the UFO one.
All right, here we go.
Hey, how you doing?
Uncle, I'm trying to do a show.
You always throw me off with that one. All right. I always like the UFO one, thanks to Craig and Three Beards, and then the 1 year anniversary. I have that one that I just showed. Do you have that downloaded yet?
I thought you already uploaded it. Is it?
Oh yeah, it's on the video. You can share it if you want to. That one's okay with the music and everything, so you can play that one.
All right.
That's a pretty nice one. That's a pretty nice one there, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's so good.
And, I got that from Canva, and the music is from the organization I signed up on called Slipstream, and that is a where you can use music and not have to worry about copyright issues. Hopefully, the one that I used, and they said it was muted because it was copyright material. I didn't connect my account with the site, so that's why that happened. So now I got the account, my main Facebook account, and the YouTube account connected with the Slipstream account. So that way it won't be a copyright issue again on that.
Oh yeah.
So
aren't you glad that we're not on Discord anymore?
Yeah. I got tired of that real quick. I mean, I thought it was fine for the moment that it was a big thing, and it was fine. But there wasn't really much of moderation you can do. Uh-oh, you're coughing. What are you doing?
Yeah, got a little bit more of a dryness in me.
No. Yeah. Wait a minute, that's caffeine, ain't it?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Coca-Cola, 0 sugar.
Still caffeine, though. That's what I got right here. Same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, not that we're advertising for anyone. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you probably never went to Bill's for the Germans.
What now?
You probably never went to Bill's for the Germans for the video shower.
No.
I was always just working.
No, my weather here, we got rain and clouds, and so I kind of assume everyone else has the same weather. So.
Yeah, Bill was a bit clouded out as well, but
yeah. No, I decided to take the evening off. I watched a little bit of Bishop Long, and he had an interesting topic about the cults in America, and that was kind of strange. And he talked about the woman that claimed that she was God, Not that we're going to go into that, but I remember that woman being on, I think she was a story that Dr. Phil did. When I saw that on Dr. Phil, I was saying, there ain't no way that this person's that crazy. And apparently, yeah, she was.
yeah.
And she ended up dying. So, and she never did get resurrected. She was dead. So.
Yeah. Hypocritical debate.
Yeah.
So eventually, probably no update between the Red TV and the owners of your ABC station, sadly.
What now?
The Red TV and Techno.
Oh, no update on the NBC. No, it's NBC for me. That's out.
Yeah.
Everything else is okay, and I have Peacock, so if I need to watch anything on NBC, I can do that.
Yeah.
I really hate paying for Peacock. But anyway, if you want to watch any football on Sunday, you have to have Peacock. So you don't have a choice. Hey, well, I don't know if anybody wants to be on tonight. Did you send any notices out? Anyway,
Okay, maybe it would be a good time for me to do that.
just to see it, who might want to be interested in being on here, and holidays and all that stuff. And if you got Venus, and make sure to check with her. Hey, there's Rockstar. Hey, Rockstar, what's up?
Well, yeah. There's Rocky Star.
I don't think he's ever been on a show. No, actually, I think he has been on a show a long time ago. I think I remember him being on a show, but it was like, I don't know how many years ago, Rockstar. That was a long time ago. I can't even remember where it was at. But it was a long time ago when he was on, and he got out of it. he was only smart when he got out of it. Then I had enough.
Yeah, I think that's probably when Justin was still around. And
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to Justin.
I see Justin every now and then at Bill's. Justin and Jackie.
Yeah.
Jackie D, I think. Yeah, they've been hanging around a little bit, but they're too busy trying to live their life and survive. So we got rain right now. So like I said, I don't know how tomorrow's going to be for when I got to go get my haircut. I might not get to go get. I might not get to go get my haircut tomorrow. Oh my gosh, Bob, that's loud. You gotta mute your mic when you do that.
Yeah.
Just push a button. Push a button. I know sometimes you can't help it. I get it. All right, so who's okay? We got 3 people watching. There ain't 3 people in the chat, is there? Not on the StreamYard side.
No, probably not yet. They're probably in the ones we're probably not gonna be able to find out who they are because they're either on Rumble, either on Trouble or Odyssey. We're gonna have to go to their chats to find out.
Well, I hope that they keep watching there, and if they do want a reading tonight, though, they will have to come here so that we can see who they are.
Yeah. If you're watching on Trouble or Odyssey, please either come to Facebook or YouTube. We recommend YouTube because if you do not connect your Facebook to the StreamYard, we will not know who you are. We do have a way to know who you are, but it's better if you go on YouTube or
make it
on Facebook.
Yeah, and make it easier for us trying to do communication with you. It's better if you hang out with us on my YouTube channel, Errt Radio. Really easy to find. So not too hard to find. And then, you can do that.
Yeah, I was just taking a look at the and I don't think we haven't even had any updates yet.
My desktop did updates. I don't know if my laptop did. Yeah.
No, I was talking about the dispute between Techna and TV.
Oh yeah, no, it's not. It wasn't earlier today, but I don't know whose fault is it. Is it Tegna's fault or is it DirecTV's not wanting to pay it?
And you can't have and Jabba's. They don't even have a cable provider, right?
What now?
And no way to get cable, right?
Not here. But that would require switching and paying a lot of money to do so, and I'm not going to do that.
And then wire it up.
Yeah. Right now, I'm fine. I can sit through this, but I would like to find out who's in control of the issue. And it was DirecTV.
So what's your zip code? We're gonna find out first.
What now?
What's your zip code?
Remember I told you that last night. 56145.
56145. Well, that was Tuesday. Let's go to TV. Yep, no cable. It's either it's satellite
Or the internet.
or you go with the YouTube TV, Swing.
Yeah. Yeah, I have all that. I have Sling, I have Peacock, I have the Amazon Fire Stick, you know. I got it all, but
okay. Oh, you can try getting T-Mobile on the line now if you can.
yeah, I don't like T-Mobile. The last time I had them here, when I first moved here, I had T-Mobile from Minneapolis, and it worked all over fine. On Minneapolis, it worked fine. Got down here, and I couldn't make a call from the house with the cell phone. That's when I had to walk up to the road and make a call. Walk up to the highway, make a call outside.
So
I would not want to do that tonight.
So if you're moving to another place in another city or state, I think it's the website that I just looked up for Ron's location is cabletv.com. Let me put that there.
All right, so we got one person here that's got to be Rockstar on there. All right.
Yeah.
CableTV.com. Okay. You should be able to put the whole address in there. You're fine.
Well, I'm actually using my tablet for it.
Oh.
I was using my tablet. And my tablet stand, I had to reset it twice, but it really works.
Okay.
I mean, and the way that I want to be productive at times is that you can even keep it on the stand and you can charge up your device.
Oh, good.
Yeah. It's got a little gap, right, like on the top and on the bottom that will allow you to charge it up while being on the stand.
Okay, now if Maureen was here, we could show her how to make the big screen for the one person talking. I remember she had trouble with that last night when she was trying to make
Yeah, Maureen, if and I think I should have told her last night.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna do that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, so and we're gonna do that for everybody that wants to become a Earthling by partaking on like our audio and visual broadcasting. So
I want to make sure everyone's understanding how to run the thing, you know.
Yeah. So if you are in need of a producer for your show and for our platform, drop me a line. We can drop Ron a line first, and then if he needs a producer, he can direct me, and we'll figure something out.
Bobby knows all the tricks, or he knows how to find the answers. I get lucky occasionally, which I'll show you what I'm talking about. When you try to make Mike big for last night's show, let me do that. But hold on, Bobby. Let me see if I got that.
All right.
Now that's what I'm talking about right there. See, now I'm solo.
Yeah,
you're in the background.
That's solo.
You can still talk. That's what she was trying to do last night, and she couldn't figure out the switch. And so I'm not making fun of her. I'm just saying that to do that, like I'm going to do it to you now. Okay, so here you go.
Yeah. And then there's another way to do it.
Right. But I'm just clicking
This
on,
is it.
right.
And
But now I take up the
I
whole
can
screen now.
drag myself, and I'm bigger and you're small.
To whoever is speaking. Now make yourself the all full screen now.
Yeah, I know how to do that. Look,
Yeah, there you go.
this.
And that way, when you're presenting like what he was trying to do with the footprint, I'm not getting on anyone's case. Please don't think that. I'm trying to explain how to do it so you don't have to fumble with it next time. Yeah, that's fine. But I like the full screen if you're going to be presenting like card readings and things like that.
Yeah.
You know? So just saying. And it's something that unless you do it, you don't know. And that's fine. That's how we learn. Gotta find out things as we learn. So, oh man, Bobby, we never want to be in the interrogation room or anything.
And why not?
It's no fun.
Yeah.
I see these guys in there. I always kind of am amazed that after they commit the crime, usually it's murder. And of course, they always say, "Oh, I didn't mean to kill them," and
Put
then
you on
they
the spotlight.
then they break down and start crying, And it's like, well, now I always say this. I say to myself, I think, well, if you would have cried before you committed the crime, then you wouldn't be in this room crying now. And plus, you might have been free. You might be, not having to look over your shoulder or anything like that. So, you gotta be careful how you handle things and how you lose your mind about some things.
Now, let me ask you this: have you ever had to be in the jury?
No.
I almost came close of being in the jury, but then they give you a number to call, and it must be done to a certain point. And so I called whenever that time came, and I was dismissed.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think there's a fine difference between being excused and being dismissed. I was dismissed.
Okay. Well, I've never been hiding. I've always been registered voter, so never been called for that. But part of that could be the mental disability too. They don't want that on the jury. If you got mental issues or any kind of health issues, they don't want you on there.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna say the wrong things or not answer it the way that they want you to
I
answer
got
it.
ADD, ADHD, and even though I can pretty much control, but I got they told me that I was autistic, but then I got reevaluated, and I was told that I could actually live a normal life.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I want to be on a jury though. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how people do it. Hey, Michael, how you doing?
Yeah. Oh, Michael. Okay, that's
Kelly. Yeah. Let's see. Did we ever make? Did I make him a moderator over there? Let me see. I know I had to make Maureen a moderator on her other name.
Well,
I had. Well, I had her. She was trying to put in her her link for the guy, and she couldn't do it because she wasn't a moderator. And it was like, oh wait, and I had to make her a moderator. Well, I didn't have to, but
I think she also had technical trouble with one of her Facebook or YouTube channels.
What?
Yeah, I think she's trying to be on a little glitchy her own YouTube or Facebook channel.
Why?
But she was running into some issues.
Okay, I
And
made him a managing moderator because he's he's a pretty important guy with his real job, so I don't think he's gonna hurt anything.
yeah,
Calibo, Michael, go ahead and say something there. Say something now that
yeah,
change your status. Yeah, I thought Rockstar was a moderator already.
yeah, but let's not. We don't want to like really add way too much.
There you
Oh,
go.
I found out that one time that whenever the text gets repeated, and there was a bug on iOS devices that repeats the text without notes.
Oh,
Yeah, I just like never knew about it.
I didn't know that was a bug. I just thought it was something that the server was having an issue with.
Yeah,
Because I'm logged into the phone and logged into the computer, and actually the computer twice, tablet. Yeah, I figured it. I don't know if I did your other one, your Michael name or not. Now I got this one though. I think you changed your name to this one, so nobody would be watching you. But we know who you are, so you can't fool us, right,
yeah,
Bobby?
hmm
He can't fool us. We know who he is.
yeah,
Yeah, so we got him. But anyway, yeah, that way if you have to put a link in there, remember family friendly and topic related
yeah.
discussion links that you want to share.
Does the
Uh,
Minnesota
like like
Vikings
if
play?
like if you're looking at Starlink trails and you wanted to show where to look in the sky, that would be something you can share. Okay, you say because he
Yeah,
works for SpaceX, so uh, so you might as well go ahead and share things like that if people are interested in that kind of thing. And then you'll know, hey, is that a Starlink satellite or is it a meteor coming by? Who knows?
oh, they play tomorrow at noon against the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yep.
Cincinnati.
And no, we can't do
No,
that. We can't do that here.
no.
Yeah, no, we can't do
Yeah,
that here. And I can't play a whole bunch of that music that I use for my intros because that's what it's designed for. It's for intros, not to be streaming on here. That's misuse of it. But I can use it.
yeah,
I can use it to stream, like for intros and things like that. So
yeah.
um,
I have, but you should be in safeguard for the Minnesota Vikings game tomorrow. They're going to be on CBS.
oh, that's good. I was wondering. 'Cause I know
I
I saw a
think
lot of.
the only time that ABC does a game is if the game's going to be on a Sunday night. So you're in the clear for that.
Right. Unless I want to pay for NFL uh, streaming, and then I can watch all the games.
You know something? My branch presiding officer for the LDS Church has NFL Plus. I think he paid $5 a month for it,
Ah,
and we was watching the game when they were at Germany before we had to before we had to get ready for church on his iPhone too.
yeah. Well, uh, yeah, but I don't know if that would work for us. So, um, I would like that. Now I can probably find some kind of music that we could use, but I don't know that I'd want to play it for very long anyway, just because I don't want to get any kind of
Well, how was the rock stashing, Ruby?
Oopie, what's up? All right. Let me get out of here now.
Yeah. So
All
if you
right.
want to get the NFL Plus, it starts at about $7 a month. I thought it was 4 or 5 months.
Okay, but there's only like what you got Super Bowl coming up, and then you got like 6 games left.
Yeah.
Uh,
So you got. So I think NFL Plus is about 7 a month, but NFL Premium is about 15 a month.
oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and they come up with some great stuff if you want to sign up for it.
Yeah, man, I don't have this ringing in the. Is it the headphones or is it my ears? I can't tell. It's irritating. It's irritating, though. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I think it's probably your headphones going south.
And these weren't cheap.
The asteroids are paying the toasters. The asteroids are smashing them.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so I did not
So,
know
but
that where she's from, they actually do have, I don't know, maybe soccer or something. English football. I don't know.
uh, I thought it was France, but anyway.
Because there's European football, there's rugby, there's American rules football, and Aussie rules football.
Yeah.
Oh, there's also Canadian rules too. The Canadian rules are way much more different than American rules because I think in Canadian rules the field is more wider, and I think the goalpost is actually at the end zone at the goal line.
Oh, wow.
No, I got the back of the goal line.
Okay.
AS. How the hell does that work? Oh, I played Asteroids before.
ASM Guild rules for the game of asteroids. She's talking about the real game of asteroids in space.
Yeah, if you never have an Atari, then you probably don't know what Asteroids is. My mom had an Atari.
Oh, yeah. I used to have that. I played asteroids. Well, I didn't have it. I went to usually a bowling alley or pizza restaurant or something that had it.
I remember that most of the restaurants I go to
Yeah.
at least have Pac-Man or Mrs. Pac-Man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, Mr. Nightbot's here. What do you know? Okay, let's see. We got 4 people in the YouTube chat. Who's all here then?
Oh yeah, I remember that. I think we was on Mark's live stream when they did that.
Yeah. Well, for now, it steered it off course. You know, who knows what else is in the way, though. But yeah, that was a pretty good thing, I think.
So now you know Space Force is probably here to stay.
Yeah. Now, am I loud enough for you, Bobby? I don't know.
You're good. You're good.
Okay.
Sometimes I may have to turn myself down because when I use these, I might have to tone it down.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let me see. Still here? Okay. Now, let's see. Who wants any readings? Anybody?
Yeah, imagine playing a game of Earth football and the asteroid smashes in the middle of the field. I don't think we'd be hearing the cover come saying "Goal."
Hey, how you doing, Tiffany Echo? If you're
Yeah.
the other half of,
Oh. Oh. That's Michael's beautiful
yeah,
lady.
yeah. Okay, nice to meet you. All right, so now we're gonna have two Tiffany's in the chat. When Tiffany with Kevin is over here, that's
Yeah.
really gonna confuse us now.
It will not.
All right, so let me see here. Hold on. I really need to get a better setup than this. That would require me to. I'd have to get up out of the chair to do this show. That would be a lot of work. Did anyone see? I don't know that we can play that video because it was shared privately. But Andy showed a commercial from. You look it up, but I don't know that we could play it here. I wouldn't recommend trying to. It might be a copyright issue. We're trying to be good with that. So,
Yeah.
but it's the Aldi commercial. Remember that one,
Yeah.
Bobby?
So we know Oofy just picked the number one spot.
Yeah.
Michael and Tiffany, do you both may want a reading?
I do. I use these cards here. I have other cards, but I like these for my favorite. They're Oracle cards, actually. You see that?
Yeah. And Oofy's answer doesn't count. It's got to be either Michael and or Tiffany answering it. Because we want it from the head, not from the arms.
Or does Upi want one, and then CT wants one? And
Yeah. Or in the terms of the asteroid miners, we want to have it from the head, not from the we want it from the head, not the tentacles.
hey, did you send Kevin this link? I don't know if he's available or not, but
Oh,
he's on Messenger, though. You can send him the link.
yeah. Let me see if
All right, Upi, then you're gonna be the first victim here. How many cards do you want, Upi? Three is easier to do on this setup that I have here. I have to sit up here for a minute. Hold on. All right, three cards it is. least you heard that. That's good. Well, then you can always wonder what that fourth card might be. All right, so what do we have for Oofy?
All right.
We had that one a while back.
All right. Don't worry, Mikey and Tiff. We'll be around.
And where are they going? What?
Yeah, they still gotta change that litter box.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're not going anywhere. All right, Oofy, you got a good one. All right, this is for Oofy. Hey, Genghis, how you doing? Actually, go ahead and make me a full screen, Bobby.
Yeah,
Like I
let's
showed
do
you.
it.
There you go. You can still talk. You can still talk now.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I know.
Now, Oofy, number 26. Recognize the signs from above. Now, if you have trouble reading that, you can pause the video and read it until you go blind. Oofy's the lucky one, though. She'll get the pictures of these. Number 2, angels of healing are with you. That's a nice looking one. Look at that green. That usually is for heart green. Look, it has the shape of the heart in the back. You see that?
Yeah. I hope you got good shields up with those asteroids.
Yeah. All right. And then number 29, stay the course. We had this for you before. Because you're kind of like all over the place. There you are. Let me get that picture now.
And while we are thinking about it, I did want to go back on Discord. So what happened was this actually happened about 6 o'clock in the evening, my time.
What happened?
And the server access. So what happened was that they had suffered a good outage. At a perfectly good time, people would be having community nights with their viewers, and or probably share their games and stuff. So this is happening about 6 o'clock in the evening, our time, Ryan's time, when we started to lose server access to these chat servers that we joined into. They were given a red exclamation mark, telling them that we don't have access to the server.
Oh, that's the problem that we had. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but I think it took them about a couple of hours before server access was restored. So, yeah, but it was a. I applaud the Discord, the text behind Discord that they have done themselves a pretty darn good job. They were really was on top of it. So yeah, very good.
Now I'm going to have to contact PayPal. Now PayPal's saying that my address didn't match something. That's bullshit. I haven't had a different address for PayPal forever, so I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I'm going to contact them directly, though. Find out what the hell's going on. So some people are hacking into PayPal to fuck with you. Watch out. Watch out for that one.
Yeah, my closest friend had to create a new Facebook account because she got hacked.
Yep. There's going to be more of that, Bobby. So keep that in mind.
That's why you gotta have 2FA. Two-factor authentication. If you don't have that, you're screwed.
Yeah. Now let me see the Skype. I think she wanted it from Skype. Now where the hell is Skype at? Why isn't Skype on here? Oh my.
You know, if your phone is still linked to that phone link, you might be able to download the photo from your phone to your computer. And then
I'm trying to find out why Skype isn't on the main screen like it's supposed to be.
I have no idea. But like I said, with the phone link app, you could actually pull your photos from your phone and have them like downloaded to a special folder on your computer, and then use the Skype on the computer to still send the photo.
Okay, oopie, there you go.
Now, does Genghis wants a reading?
Who?
Genghis.
Genghis wants a reading. Okay. I'm doing three. Bobby.
No, let me. Does Genghis wants a reading? Genghis Khan wants a reading.
Right, I know that.
So I was asking Genghis if he wants a reading.
Right. So does Genghis want a reading? He never does usually. Well, yeah, see, Oopie, that's why I'm going to call PayPal directly and ask them what the hell they're talking about.
You can actually link your PayPal to your Facebook Messenger, and you can converse with them directly.
Right.
That's what I do. I can even converse with T-Mobile through Facebook as well.
Oopie, when I contact the PayPal directly, I'm contacting them. I'm not contacting them through my message. I'm contacting them directly by calling. And I talk to a PayPal representative. It may take a little while to hold. I don't see Genghis Khan in here anymore. He's gone.
Yeah. Oh, and now we'll decide to show up. What's up, Venus?
Hey, Venus. Where were you at MWAT?
Yeah, Venus. Where were you?
And hello. We had some visitors in the MWAT crowd today.
Yeah, so we're at the day Chris DeBerto, Maggie, no, not Maggie, Maureen, and Anthony.
Yeah.
So Chris DeBerto, Maureen, and Anthony from Dimensions of Supernatural.
Yeah. We're trying to get to 108,000 total listens, people. We got 107,000, and I think it's like 500 now, Bobby.
Yeah.
So we only got 500 to go.
Mm-hmm.
And so Oopie does. Anthony showed up. Marina had to go and do her other show. And then Anthony showed up after she had left.
And I think on the 23rd, next Saturday will be the special Christmas program.
Well, see, we had 100,000 total listens on August 1st. Think about that now. We're on the verge of getting to 8,000 more total listens since August 1st. That's a lot, Bobby.
Yep.
And just imagine if everybody gave $1. Wouldn't that be amazing? That'd cover all my costs for everything.
Yeah. Now, does Venus wants a reading?
Okay, first I want to find out if Oopie did CT want a reading or no. Okay, no answer yet. Okay. Okay. All right then. So Venus, you want one or Venus didn't want a reading? Or Venus does want a reading? Now I'm confused.
Venus, did you want a reading? I wasn't sure of it. And as long as we're still around, if Michael and Tiff wants a reading, we can like let them do it. Okay, no reading for me.
Okay, no reading for you this time. Okay.
All right, give me a. I'm gonna stick with 3-card draw.
Okay, 3 cards. All right, think of I don't remember what the numbers go up to. Think of I'd have to check what numbers go up to now. I'll get that next time. But for right now, think of
Okay.
think of 3 numbers.
Hold up. Do you want to do Amy next and then do me?
Do what now?
It's one of Luffy's buddies, Amy.
Oh yeah. Okay. So now, okay, then ask Amy and Bobby. You think about your 3 numbers. I can't remember what the highest number is on these, but I know that it would go past 60. So, between 0 to 60, you think on 3 numbers from 0 to 60, and Amy, think of 3 numbers between 0 and 60. And when I clarify what the highest number is on these cards, then I'll tell you what that high number is next time. But for right now, I know 60 is definitely one of them. So 0 to 60, 3 numbers. Just put them in chat there and see what I come up with. I shuffled good. Does everyone get that or not? One of us guys shuffled that one pretty darn good.
Those are not numbers.
What now? I don't know how to read that one. Okay, well, you're going to get the numbers I give you then. I don't know how to read that one. Movie.
That's probably
Remember.
been deleted from my memory since I left high school.
Welcome back. And would you, Michael and Tiffany, would you like readings? You like tarot card? Put me on the big screen again, Bobby.
Yeah, I was actually looking for something about what Luffy had said.
All right, this is for Amy. Number 44, you will manifest what you need. It's kind of what she does, right? Now, if you guys don't want a reading, you don't have to have one. I offer it to anybody that wants one. Some people don't like them, and I don't mean to disrupt your thinking or cause you to have any issues. 35.
Yeah, just don't be a jerk.
Right.
Just said no, and that's it.
See, I know that on one group of people that we all love, you know, I'm not going to mention names 'cause I don't want to make anybody upset for any reason. But everyone likes the readings except for one couple of the group. And it's like well, I can't really do readings for just part of the part of the, you know what I mean? I want to do readings for them all, but if some doesn't like it, then I'm not going to do it. 28. Someone new is coming. Did you get that, Oopie? There you go. Yeah, you got it. Okay, good.
Yeah. So.
And so I respect that. If somebody says they don't like it, I'm not going to read for you. But I'll still read
Yeah.
on my shows. You just don't have
Uh-oh.
to. You don't have to like it if you don't like it.
Yeah,
Oh, what?
and something just came up between Michael and Tiff.
Oh, no. Okay. That was good. All right. There we go.
Yeah, so all day now we're gonna get an answer from Michael and Tiff if an emergency had come up.
Oh, no. There's the Skype one. That's what I'm looking for. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, Oopie, I hope it worked. Ah, all right.
So yeah.
So there you
All
have
right.
it.
I guess I'm still doing that. Oh, okay, there we go. I'm still doing that 3 card thing, huh?
All right, yeah. So what numbers did you come up with in your thinking?
I'm gonna say 9, 12, and 21.
All right, now I'm not looking for them. I'm just seeing if I can accidentally pull at least one of those numbers out. 9, 12, and 21?
21, yeah.
Or 41? 41?
21, 2 1.
Okay. 9, 12, and 21. All right, here we go. Cut that. Funny thing was, I just had that one for Oopie, and I done shuffled the cards 4 times. I think I'm going to shuffle those again. Okay, we got that first one. We're going to shuffle. We're going to shuffle between each card, and we aren't going to come up with the same one again. Yes, my opinions are my own. 100%. You said 21, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 9, 12, and 21. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, now we had this one before. All right. Should I keep this one or should I shuffle it again? That came up too many times. I'm going to shuffle it again. If it comes up again, then it's your card. But if it doesn't, okay. All right. Well, at least that's a new card anyway. But the other one that came up twice. This one here came up twice, but it just fits what you need to know. Okay, so there's that one. Trust guidance you're receiving. Okay, number 35 has nothing to do with 9. Nine times 3 is 27. 9 times 4. No, that's not 35, is it? No. 9 times.
36.
Oh, okay. So almost. That's weird. Number 43. So are you feeling any of that right now?
It's something like that.
I mean, you don't have to go too much into detail. I'm just asking if you're feeling that right now. If you're feeling a positive movement in your spiritual life. Without going into detail. $34, trust in divine purpose. All right, so you're in the right direction. If that makes sense. Hopefully it means something.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, now. So who's had any weird dreams recently? Anyone?
Not me.
No? What the heck was that noise now?
Probably my saying. Oh.
All right, now. Tell me if you get those on Skype. They should.
Yeah, I just got them.
Oh, good. Good. So that's working.
Yolanda's here.
Hey, Yolanda. How you doing? Oh, well, now you got her on Facebook, don't you? Now?
Yeah, I should have her on Facebook.
See if
But,
she's able to visit with us at all. We're doing well. How you doing? We're doing some readings if you would like one. We're doing 3 cards because I'm lazy tonight.
if one was up to say that.
So I don't know if you guys, I don't know how well you can see this, but
Oh, let me put you on full.
now this chain is silver, 9.25 real silver. Okay. And it is from Italy.
Show the pendant again.
I don't know if it's
And she
tiger
wants
eye.
to know if that's tiger's eye.
I'm not sure. It might be. You might have that right. I'm still learning some of that. But I have others here. And they're all on the silver chain. Now the silver chain is this is the amethyst one. And the silver chain is $28. $28.99 actually. Pure silver. Let me show you how this thing is made though. See that?
Oh,
See how that is welded on there? Or soldered on there, however you want to say it. Soldered or welded. Okay, that's not coming off. Let's see. See, it says Italy.
Yeah.
And it says 925. Writing might be backwards on this. I don't know. It says 925 though. And it says Italy. Okay.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute.
So now, the length of it from end to end is 30 inches. So when you put it in half, it's 15 inches.
How cold it's going to be tonight in your area?
In the low 30s to high 20s.
Shoot.
But this is amethyst here. The other one that I have that I just showed you, I'm not sure what that is. I'm still learning the names.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes one. Dang it. Dang it.
We're going to be down at 58, and it feels like it's hot.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're going to go in the 40s, you said?
Low 30s
Oh, my gosh.
to high 20s.
Any snow this weekend?
And we got rain. We have rain.
We're going to have rain probably between the afternoon and the evening tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. Count to 3 now. Okay, we're gonna have rain snow mix. That looks like
No.
a green pea. Looks like a pea color, meaning the vegetable, the pea,
Yeah.
or avocado, I guess you can say. But the uh, why silver's good. Silver's good, and nice thing is if you have an entity that don't like silver, you hand them the necklace, and guess what? It'll burn them. That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
Fucking thing. This fucking. I know.
Oh, that what happened.
Well, I dropped the damn thing on the fucking floor when it didn't want to stay on the fucking table. Then my phone's falling over and it don't want to stay up where it's supposed to stay up. Everything's fucking falling over the place.
Yeah.
That's why we gotta fix this setup here. But that would require buying a new table. I already seen that. No, wait, I don't know what that one is either. Let me see. I get that lined up there. There we go.
Try throwing a brick at his face and maybe he'll just calm down.
Yeah. If the universe would let me put the chains up there without having to bend over to get them, I can't bend over that easy, Bobby.
Yeah.
And
What to do? What about crouching? Like crouch down.
No, usually if I do that, I'm stuck. That's definitely amethyst. Oh. So there you have it. Those are ready to go.
Hey, Ufi, that's supposed to be CT's job, not Lightbot.
What?
Lightbot's more of a bouncer.
And I'm the. You're right. I need to calm down. You're right. But sometimes we get out of hand. But not usually. Come on now. I usually do pretty good. So anyway, Nightbot won't do that with the unless the moderator gets totally crazy. I guess maybe then they would.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right back. I gotta get this water. I'm
All
starting
right.
to choke up.
So what I do? Okay, the chain itself, $28.99. If you erase it, round it up to $30. Okay, just make it easy to figure out the math. And I'm not in it to make any kind of money on it. These stones, I bought 16 of them for, what was it now? What did I pay? Wound up being 74 cents each, I think. So they're not that, they are crystal. They are real crystal, but they're not that expensive. But to find the right chain, the real chain that's silver, the one chain that I have on the other ones, they're stainless steel with overlay of silver, which they look nice, but they're not real silver. Okay. and I want real silver. So the overlay is real silver, but the chain itself isn't real silver. So that's why I spent the money on these other ones. And I'd be more than happy to do that if somebody wanted to buy the chain or pay for the chain, because it's not, you're $28, so that's about an ounce of silver, probably. Guessing if you look up the ounce, the cost of silver per ounce.
A Brazilian watermelon crystal? What the heck is that?
What is that one?
Or rainbow amethyst?
Okay. Silver spot prices. All right, yeah, so here you go. So an ounce of pure silver, which $9.25 is your pure silver. Okay.
Okay,
You're looking at
you didn't even look at the chat. You
what?
need to acquire, it's Oofy. Oofy is saying you need to acquire Brazilian
I read that.
watermelon. Yeah, okay.
I read that. I was trying to read the silver price that I'm talking about per ounce. $24.05. Okay, so the chain that I paid for was $28.99, which would put it about an ounce of silver plus their craftsmanship for making it. So, but yeah, Oopie, I'm not going to pay a lot of money for stone either. I'll buy the inexpensive versions and make them look nice. Because again, I pay for all of this fun that we're having right here. All right. Now, Oofy doesn't talk. She uses sign language or types.
Yeah. Try to shorten the URLs, Oofy.
Oofy's a moderator, isn't she?
Yeah, but but there's still a character limit.
Oh.
I think she's trying to send a link, but I don't think it's working.
Well, now, see, Oofy, we can try that with the sign language. So, could you imagine eight legs doing sign language? All right. Well, we haven't talked about anything, Bobby. What are we doing? Oh, hey, I watched that game last night, watching the Las Vegas Raiders and LA Chargers. And the head coach of Chargers got fired immediately.
Oh, the coach for the Chargers?
What?
Who got fired?
The head coach of the Chargers got fired. Like immediately when they got back to Los Angeles. I keep wanting to call them San Diego Chargers because they were San Diego Chargers for the longest time. But in any case, Raiders had them 42-0 at the half, Bobby. Las Vegas Raiders. And then by the time they got done, it was 63-20 One, was it? That was impossible. That was ridiculous. So anyway, the head coach got fired.
Yeah. 63-21.
Yeah,
You're looking, yeah, someone's about to get fired.
63-21, Bobby. But then again, you look at the game that Vikings had against the Raiders.
Now,
Hold on now,
yeah, there
hold on.
was,
Hold on. You look at the game that the Vikings had against the Raiders, and they went the whole game. They both looked terrible. Okay. You went the whole game, and then the Vikings score a field goal at the last 2 minutes of the game. What kind of crap is that? If you're paying to go see that game, you're wasting a lot of money there and time. I mean, you sit at home and watch it and get more entertained, and not have to drive anywhere. You know?
well, um, yeah. So,
Yeah.
there was once was a high school game that at the end of the first half, it was 96-0.
Oh, that's crazy.
And the officials had to make a decision at half by the time the second half came around. And they had to stop the game before they go to the third quarter. They just completely just shut the game down at halftime.
Yeah, because then you just make yourself look like an idiot when you can't even score. You know?
It's either you can't even score or you can't even defend. It's one of the two.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Yolanda, I stopped liking the Raiders when they left, when Al Davis moved to LA in the first place, Los Angeles, that is. And they moved from Oakland to Los Angeles. And then they moved back to Oakland, and it's like, I ain't gonna like you now. You already left, no longer a fan of you. And now the Oakland A's, hold on, Bobby, the Oakland A's are doing the same thing right now. The Oakland A's are going to Las Vegas now. And I'm not going to support I'm not going to support the A's, period. Not, they don't want to stay. But I understand now why. Because, well, with the Raiders, Oakland Raiders, Al Davis wanted to get a new stadium, and nobody wanted to pay for it. The homeowners, and everything else didn't want to pay for it. Now I can understand why you wouldn't have anyone in that area for the sporting venue because, well, they're all in their 60s. They don't have money to pay for that. They're over 60 maybe. The younger generation don't care about sports and don't want to pay for it. They're into the internet, into the technology. They're not into supporting a sporting venue. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that location is not the place for that. So that's why they're moving. I get it. I understand it.
Yeah. I just don't give a damn about the NFL anyway because every time you hear a controversy like the Deflategate, the bounty scanner,
Yeah.
replacement refs, all these things that gets to be in those three little words that conservative punks does not want to hear, and it's not "I love you." It makes you think that they're trying to make it like us like Young and the Restless or Days of Our Lives. And they just like to fabricate and probably rig the games.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Well, everything too is motivated by one thought process. It's usually not good.
I'm going to have to beg you to differ when it comes to collegiate games. Because sometimes it is about the money as well.
I'm talking about, Bobby, I'm talking about, I think a lot of people complained, if you remember, at the beginning of the season, some of the players had on their helmets, choose love or imagine love or stop hate or, whatever. And who's doing the hating? Who needs to love more? Is it me or the person that puts that on their helmet?
I
You
have
see what
no
I'm
idea.
saying? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you're not letting me finish.
But listen, Bobby, in the end zone of the NFL field, they have end racism. Now I'm asking a question right now. Who's racist? Am I the racist one, or is the one that put that in the end zone the racist one? I don't think I am. Do you understand me?
Okay. Okay. Now,
this is a real point, though. A serious point.
Yeah, you got from game rigging to the potentiality that you now pay collegiate players, and I think California wanted to pay collegiate players.
Well, they're in college. They shouldn't. I don't know that they should be paid.
Well, yeah,
they're in college.
It's like money grab.
Yeah, and they got their scholarship. Didn't
hold on, before I have to mute you. Okay, so remember last year's college football playoffs. So it was between Georgia and TCU. You got to have some form of bargain to let Georgia win. You got to. There's got to be something inside of that game before and during and after, so that they paid something to actually let the other team win. It's a championship game. You're supposed to be fighting for you're supposed to be really thrashing, bashing.
Right.
Not let the other dude win. So now their viewpoint actually changes to where that the college football system is now fake like the NFL.
Oh,
so
that's funny. So, but yeah, I'm just talking about how they're accusing. I'm not sure who they're accusing, but I feel like I'm getting accused about something that I have nothing to do with.
Yeah.
They talk about in Minneapolis. Now, of course, I don't live in Minneapolis, but I live in Minnesota. That could affect the whole state. They talk about the gun violence. And who are they blaming for the gun violence? The white guy. Of course, it's the white guy's fault. Now, who's being racist? Who's being... In my day growing up, the word was prejudice, Bobby. They changed the word from prejudice to racist. You see the problem here? So the problem is neither one is correct. I had black friends all through high school. I was never prejudiced. I'm only prejudiced against someone who tries to call me that who tries to call me a racist, then I become a problem. Then I get mad. Okay.
Yeah.
I had a black guy. Listen to the story, though, Bobby. In the shelter, when I lived in the shelter, I was surrounded by black people. Okay. Now, if I was racist, do you think that I would be in that environment in the first place? No. If I was racist, would I ride a busload full of black people all over town? The answer would be no. It wouldn't happen. Okay. Would I go to the place where we got free food and lunches full of black people? The answer is no. I wouldn't if I was racist. You understand what I'm saying? So now, the point that I'm making is one guy called me racist one time in the shelter. And he was from somewhere. Most recently, he's like from Chicago. Everyone was from Chicago. And they're moving to Minneapolis because they gave him everything. And so that kind of got me upset as well. But anyway, they gave him all the services and money and whatever. And I couldn't get what I needed to even live. Okay, so I was getting mad that other people were coming to my state, taking away my resources, okay, that I needed to live. Okay. But anyway, that all got straightened out finally. And now you have to live here so many months before you can even get help and all that stuff. But anyway, he called me a racist. And the thing is, I caught him stealing. And I said, I'm not a racist, but if you want me to, I'll call you that. And so I called him that. And I said, I just think you're an a-hole and you were stealing, and I caught you stealing. So I'm calling you a thief. I don't care about what color you are. I caught you stealing, I'm going to call you a thief. That's what I called him. And he said, no, you're a racist. And I said, okay, then I'll call you the other. So I called him the other word. And then he got all mad and said, well, you're calling me that. I might as well go ahead and be that way, you know?
Yeah,
So
they can just put anything they want. It's not going to work
right,
because it's a people problem.
right. But I don't care who anybody is as long as they are respectful and they treat people with kindness and they care about what people are trying to get. If they're doing something positive, let's get it done together. You know, let's work as a team and get it done. Let's stop all this conniving and bickering for money or this or that or whatever, you know, and trying to convince somebody that we're not what we are. Right. And I usually do take my responsibility for my actions if I am in the wrong. Okay.
Now, if it's going to let me, but I think it should, I'm going to present something that everybody should know, that everybody should have in front of their minds.
What's that?
I'm about to get ready. All right. So here it is. And let me know if you hear it.
Oh, wow. Is that your service?
Yeah.
Oh, I hope we don't get in trouble. We don't hear it though, Bobby. I guess we can't.
Okay, hold on. All right. Hang on.
Are we able to hear this from them?
Yeah, we should be able to. Yeah, let me fix something. It's supposed to be, let's see, share a tab or screen. I'm gonna have to share a screen.
Yeah, Oopie, see now. Bobby just wants to make sure I'm on the right track.
Yeah. All right. So, Yes, I got it. All right, now let's do it.
Thank you, Tabernacle Choir. What a choir that is, and what an inspiration for all of us. My dear brothers and sisters, not long ago, I received a letter from a concerned mother who pleaded for a general conference talk on a topic that would specifically benefit her two children. A rift had grown between them, and they had stopped speaking to each other. The mother was heartbroken. In the letter, she assured me that a general conference message on this topic would reconcile her children and all would be well. This good sister's sincere and heartfelt plea was one of several promptings I have received over these last months that I should say a few words today on a topic that is a growing concern not only for a worried mother, but for many in the church and indeed the world. I'm impressed by the faith of this loving mother that a general conference talk could help heal the relationship between her children. I'm sure that her confidence was not so much in the abilities of the speakers, but in the virtue of the Word of God, which has a more powerful effect upon the minds of the people than anything else. Dear sister, I pray that the Spirit will touch your children's hearts. Strained and broken relationships are as old as humankind itself. Ancient Cain was the first who allowed the cancer of bitterness and malice to canker his heart. He tilled the ground of his soul with envy and hatred and allowed these feelings to ripen until he did the unthinkable, murdering his own brother and becoming in the process the father of Satan's lies. Since those first days, the spirit of envy and hatred has led to some of the most tragic stories in history. It turned Saul against David, the sons of Jacob against their brother Joseph, Laman and Lemuel against Nephi, and Amalekiah against Moroni. I imagine that every person on earth has been affected in some way by the destructive spirit of contention, resentment, and revenge. Perhaps there are even times when we recognize this spirit in ourselves, when we feel hurt, angry, or envious. It is quite easy to judge other people, often assigning dark motives to their actions in order to justify our own feelings of resentment. Of course, we know this is wrong. The doctrine is clear. We all depend on the Savior. None of us can be saved without him. Christ's atonement is infinite and eternal. Forgiveness for our sins comes with conditions. We must repent, and we must be willing to forgive others. Jesus taught, "Forgive one another, for he that forgiveth not stands condemned before the Lord, for there remaineth in him the greater sin." And blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Of course, these words seem perfectly reasonable when applied to someone else. We can so clearly and easily see the harmful results that come when others judge and hold grudges. And we certainly don't like it when people judge us. But when it comes to our own prejudices and grievances, we too often justify our anger as righteous and our judgment as reliable and only appropriate. Though we cannot look into another's heart, we assume that we know a bad motive or even a bad person when we see one. We make exceptions when it comes to our own bitterness because we feel that, in our case, we have all the information we need to hold someone else in contempt. The Apostle Paul, in his letter to the Romans, said that those who pass judgment on others are inexcusable. The moment we judge someone else, he explained, we condemn ourselves, for none is without sin. Refusing to forgive is a grievous sin, one the Savior warned against. Jesus' own disciples had sought occasion against each other and forgave not one another in their hearts. And for this evil they were afflicted and sorely chastened. Our Savior has spoken so clearly on this subject that there is little room for private interpretation. I quote, "I, the Lord, will forgive whom I will forgive." But then he said, "But of you it is required to forgive all men." May I add a footnote here? When the Lord requires that we forgive all men, that includes, of course, forgiving ourselves. Sometimes, of all the people in the world, the one is the hardest to forgive, as well as perhaps the one who is most in need of our forgiveness is the person looking back at us in the mirror. This topic of judging others could actually be taught in a two-word sermon. When it comes to hating, gossiping, ignoring, ridiculing, holding grudges, or wanting to cause harm,
This is the good part.
please apply the following. Stop it.
Right there.
It's that simple.
Stop it.
You simply have to stop judging others and replace judgmental thoughts and feelings with a heart full of love for God and his children. God is our Father. We are his children. We are all brothers and sisters. I don't know exactly how to articulate this point of not judging others with sufficient eloquence, passion, and persuasion to make it stick. I can quote scripture, I can try to expound doctrine, and I will even quote a bumper sticker I recently saw. It was attached to the back of a car whose driver appeared to be a little rough around the edges. But the words on the sticker taught an insightful lesson. It read, "Don't judge me because I sin differently than you."
All right. That's really good.
Recognize that we're all imperfect, that we are beggars before God. Haven't we all, at one time or another, meekly approached the mercy seat and pleaded for grace?
All right.
Have we wished with all the energy of our souls for mercy, to be forgiven for the mistakes we have made?
All right. Good enough, Bobby.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because
All right. All right. If you say so.
Well, hey, they didn't block the stream at all, so that's good.
Well, yeah. Yeah. So, if you want to see or hear, I can put the link in the chat.
Venus, you gotta make Bobby look in his closet every night now.
There's better not be a teleporter.
Bobby, if that's the case, you have to get Mr. Rock. You'll have to.
Yeah, we'll have to do something about it. All right, here we go. Yeah, so link is about to come. And there we go. All right, here you go.
How did your link work, and why couldn't Oofy get her link? She had too long of a link, huh?
Yeah, she has a super long link, and there's a character limit.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, Venus said post a StreamYard link in the chat.
Okay. I think Yolanda refrained. But does Venus wants to come and join?
Yeah. Well, come on in. We don't have that long. We got about 15 minutes left anyway.
Yeah.
I'm sure if we had anyone else watching on the other pages, they probably left already. All right. Waiting for Venus.
If Venus wants to.
Check my PayPal account, see what happened there.
Oh, I think. All right, I guess I can just pretty much retract. I can't.
Okay, no, I got a new.
You won't be able to.
On my account, it says I already got a new card for the PayPal thing, and now the account's telling me I got a new card. Yeah, duh. Hey, there she is.
Yolanda.
Oh, Yolanda. Hey, Yolanda.
Hey, guys.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
All right. I didn't mean for all that to happen tonight.
It's all right. It's all right.
Never hurts to go into some of that anyway. Sometimes on a friendly conversation. I wasn't trying to put anybody down.
No, it's all right. We make jokes as we are as humans. You know?
Yeah. I do deal with a lot of people, a lot of nationalities, a lot of different ideas and different life levels of living, and being homeless myself and dealing with people, and on that level. And then when they're saying that I'm something when I'm not, that's what really upsets me, And that's just how I see it from my own personal point of view. And you got major league sporting venues that are trying to say, oh, well, there's a problem. Oh, who's creating the problem? That's my question.
It's not what it's not, Ron. It's not what you say. It's how people perceive it. That's the problem with this world, is because it's not what you say. It's how people perceive it.
Okay.
And that's the problem with this world.
Yeah.
It's
but you can say
something You can say something from the bottom of your heart, but if that person's pissed off, guess what? They're going to take it in the wrong context. That's just how people are. I mean, if you don't, you're sending it out as a good word, but if
Yeah.
somebody's pissed off, they're going to take it the wrong way. It doesn't matter. That's in my opinion, that's the problem with this world is that's the reason why we have wars. That's the reason why we have what
Yeah.
we have in this world is because
Yeah, I try to keep a level head and try to. You've seen me long enough.
as
Where I
long
do
as
try
as
to.
long as you are know what comes from the heart and you're a good person,
Yeah.
guess what? It does not matter what anybody else thinks or says,
Thank you.
is
Thank you.
my
That's good.
opinion, because I do
That's
the
good.
same thing. And when I piss somebody
Yeah.
off, guess what? I'm the bitch. And guess
Yeah.
what? It doesn't matter because as long as I know what I do and I do it from the heart,
Yeah.
I don't care what the other person thinks about me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm
That's how.
I'm outside
Yeah.
smoking a cigarette, so that's why you guys can't see me. So
But that's how I look at it too. We have the same opinion on that. And like I said, I don't call anyone names unless they want me to, then I will. I don't
yeah.
call them names,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you try to not call them names, but you know what?
Yeah.
Sometimes they get you in that, but you can't sink to their level. You
Yeah.
don't sink to that level and call them names. Just say, okay, thank you, have a good day, and walk away because that's going to piss them off the most.
Yeah.
You know,
That's true. And I'm glad I don't
it's
have to deal with. I don't have to deal with all that at this point where I'm at now.
right.
Because now I can close my front door and don't have to worry about nothing. You know.
Yeah, I'm
So.
gonna turn the porch light on and see if you guys can see me. Can you see
Oh,
me
there
now?
you are. Hey, what's
Oh,
going
here
on?
I am. Hi. Hi, everybody. Hi, Oofy. Hi,
And then Venus.
V, Bobby.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay.
All right. Real person. Wow. How do you
Yeah, I'm
like
a
that?
real person. Yay, it's me.
All right. I always see you on Three Beards, and I think you're on Joey's show sometimes.
On whose show?
On Into the Outer Realms on Joey with Joey. Joey
Nope.
Medea.
Nope.
You don't know Joey?
Nope.
You're on Three Beards though, right?
Don't know Three Beards.
Craig Ansel? No?
Nope.
Oh, you should.
I would.
They talk
I
about
went.
all kinds.
I don't know if I sent you that link, but I was on a Facebook show that. So this, I'm going to shut the light off now. I'm going inside. It's on a Facebook show. Stuff I've never learned from stuff I never learned from a school book.
Okay.
Is who I was on that show, but
I thought you were in the chat though, like on.
I'm in a lot of chats, but
yeah, that's what I thought. No, I mean I know your name, so that's not a problem.
Yep. So my legal name is Yolanda, but I go by Rosie.
Right.
Yep.
But like
that's my Facebook. My Facebook.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out though. Were you on Slack Radio 2 Alpha? No.
No. Nope.
When did I see you then? How do I know you?
I'm not sure.
It had to be either Three Beards or Joey Medea's Into the Outer Realms.
Nope.
It had to be one of those three because those are the only three today. Or was it something with paranormal show possibly?
Yeah. Nope.
But I don't. I can't remember.
Only on with you guys, and then.
Well, hey,
the other
okay.
one I just talked to. All right.
Great.
Anyway.
Welcome.
Thank you. All right. So I said I was going to share a story. All right. So I have plenty of stories. So the story that I have is I would probably say, what are we, 2023? So probably 2021, 20 or 21. It was during the pandemic.
Yep.
And so my husband, he has cirrhosis of the liver. So he has liver disease. So he had to take medication. And the doctor had stopped this medication because he thought he was good, and he was good for a while. And so he was doing good. So with somebody that has a liver disease, if they don't have 3 bowel movements a day, that ammonia in your body will get into your bloodstream and eventually travel to your head, and it will either put you in a coma or you'll die from it, right? So
Mhm.
we had this, so this was the second time, but the first time it wasn't as bad because they caught it in time. The doctor knew.
Yeah. Go
Or
ahead.
then we may have lost Yolanda.
Knew how to. I told him, and so he fell asleep because they gave him Benadryl, and he didn't wake up. Like, he fell asleep and he didn't wake up, and he didn't wake up. They thought it was from the Benadryl, and it wasn't. And the ammonia went to his head, into his brain. And so they took him to UNMC in Omaha because we live in Nebraska. And so I couldn't go with him because they were still like the pandemic, whatever.
Yeah.
And so come to find out, the doctor called me, and he had 2 seizures, and he did go into a coma. And so it was like the longest 2 days of my life because and then Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday morning, the doctor called me and said that he had woken up. So I took off, and it's like a 2-hour drive. And I got there, and he was in the ICU, and he was waking up, and they had a feeding tube, they had the oxygen tube, whatnot, and everything else. And so I walked in, they let me in with a mask on, and he was trying to pull everything out, and he was, he didn't know what was going on. And so when I talked to him, he didn't know where he was. And so I talked to him, and I let him know, and I said, you just need to calm down. This is what's going on. And they were going to remove the feeding tube and stuff and the oxygen. And so then I was standing there, and it was kind of chilly. I mean, of course, it was like February, and I had a sweatshirt on, and so I was comfortable in that room. And then all of a sudden, here comes a Catholic priest, and he walks in the room, and he goes in Spanish. He goes, his sister sent me to pray over him, whatever. And I'm like, all right. And then I was standing there, and all of a sudden I just felt awful. Like I wanted to throw up. Like I couldn't, like I was queasy, I was whatever. And I'm like, excuse me. So I took off, and I did not know what was going on. And so I asked the nurse, I said, do you have a bathroom? She goes, yeah, it's right there. And so I went in there, and I went in the bathroom. I took my glasses off, and I looked in the mirror, and my face was like pale I looked at my hands. There was no blood color. They were white. And I sat down and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And so then I washed my face and rinsed my mouth out. And I'm like, what the hell? And I was shaky, like the blood was draining from me. And I started breathing and I was like really fast. And I'm like, okay, just calm down. Just, I had to talk myself through it. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And so all of a sudden I'm like, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. And so then I sat down again and it was probably 2 minutes, 3 minutes that I was in the bathroom. And I'm like, so I got myself calmed down and everything. I went back out, put my mask on, and I was standing there and wasn't queasy anymore, but I was fine. I walked back in the room and the priest was gone. And then I looked at my hands and the blood came back. I was fine. I started warming up again. And I'm like, what the hell was going on? So I follow this psychic medium here out of Omaha and I messaged her. And so she messaged me right back. And I said, I don't know, everything that happened. And she goes, it's because your energy did not match his energy. Not that he was there to like as an evil way, but his energy did not match yours, and that's the reason why he brought you down, and the energy did not match, and that's the reason you felt that, and it was, and I'm like, okay, I understand, because his sister and I do not get along, like, and I
Okay.
think she probably told him that, stuff that probably, because no, I don't, even though that's his family, I'm not going to call him on every situation because I don't like her and I don't trust her and she does not like me. So I would rather not have that around because I'm the one that has to live with him. I'm the one that has to take care of him. I don't
Yeah.
need a mother over me that tells me you have to do this, you have to do that, because no, I'm the one that married him and you need to, and so I just think he already had it set in his head, the priest, that I was the bad person. That's probably why
Oh,
our energies did not match. And that's what made me sick. And I just, yeah. And I said, never, and usually like when I go to the store or something and there's somebody standing there and I feel like off or whatever, I'll try to hurry up and get the hell out of there or get away from
right.
that person because it's not good, like at all. And I carry my black tourmaline in my pocket or black onyx. But yeah, as soon as I feel that energy that's off or even going into somebody's home, yeah, I'm zip line out of there because I do not want, I hate that feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
horrible.
during the pandemic, as I like to call it, during the pandemic,
Yeah.
I think there was a lot of negativity all around. I read I read people, and sometimes I read people without knowing I'm reading them,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's natural. I think everyone has the ability. Excuse me. But anyway, during that time, 2020, like you're talking about, going to the grocery store was an event because, as you know, we were on lockdown at that time. Everyone was on lockdown, and at least here. And if you didn't have a mask, then you were breaking the law, even though there wasn't really any real law for that.
Right.
They had a mandate that you had to wear a mask if you were in public. But what got me upset at the very
What it
beginning was before they made it a mandate in Minnesota, a week before it was even a law, I'm at the General Dollar store trying to buy a cart full of cheap stuff. And guy said, "Oh, I won't take care of you because you don't have your mask on." I said, it's not even a mandate yet until next week, you know.
Yeah.
And so I left the cart there. And I said, I will not come back to this store. I don't care if you're the lowest price or whatever. I will not come back to this store just because of that attitude that you showed right there. A week before it became a mandate, a so-called law, which it wasn't really legal, but they made it that. The guy's going to push it. Oh, I can't serve you if you don't have a mask on. I didn't even have a mask at the time. And then I made the point right after that. I said, if you're going to require us to wear masks, then you need to supply them. I shouldn't have to go and buy them. If you're going to make us wear them, then it needs to be supplied to us. And that's what people started doing at that point. And it was like, okay, well, I'll wear one if you supply it, but I'm not going to buy it, you know?
Right. And I mean, during the pandemic, and they're telling you just if you have to go to the store, just yourself and go once a day, whatever. Damn, one day I went 3 times a day because I kept forgetting stuff. And I was like, here I go again, and then we did go to the store, and I had went in, and I seen this guy. He's like, excuse me, ma'am, this elderly gentleman. And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, do you have to have a mask? Because they had signs on the door that you had to have a mask before you entered. And I said, hold on right here. I said, because I have a pack of masks in my car. I said, I'll go get you one. So I went and got him one. And I brought him one. And he's like, oh, thank you very much. And I'm like, it's ridiculous. He's like, I know. He goes, but what are we going to do? And I said, he goes, if they want us to eat and buy food and whatnot, he goes, I guess we have to wear a mask. And I said, yeah, that's the way it is for a while. I mean,
But
but
I could tell the energy in the store though was just really off, you know.
yeah, because
And,
you feel people that are panicked and whatnot and whatever
yeah,
else, and you're like, and even looking at them, you can sit there and sense the way their eyes and whatnot. And it's like, you guys just need to calm down.
a
I don't
funny
know where it
story
came
though.
from,
Yeah.
but
Well, they did it, the news media, the Facebook
it
or the
that's
internet media,
exactly it. That's
and
exactly it.
everybody went crazy.
It's
I remember that one time if everybody was listening to that one guy, Dr. F. I'll just say that. I don't want to mention his name. Might
oh
want
yeah.
to might conjure him up and it'll appear in front of
We
your.
call him Dr. No. Dr.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, Dr. No. That's it.
Dr. No.
Dr.
That's a
No,
good one.
he suggested, oh, you got to wear a face shield over your paper mask, right? I'm thinking, oh,
Yeah.
here we go. Now they're going to
Yep.
be somebody wearing that. And sure enough, I went to the store just to see if I could see that. And right away, I see somebody wearing a face shield with a paper mask. And I'm thinking, you don't even have gloves on. How good is that helping? It's like, wait a minute.
Or
And
they tell you when you go to the grocery store and then you come back and you touch all the stuff, you got to wash your hands and stuff. And I'm like, you know
right,
what? I said, if I did that every single time, how is that going to build my immune system?
right, yeah.
Because we
And if
used to
I'm,
play in the dirt. How many times did we not eat dirt that built our immune system? How many times did we
yeah,
not, you know?
the pancake, dirt pancakes, whatever. Yeah, I remember. But yeah, and then they'd always want you to use this hand sanitizer every time you go in the hospital. Nope, not going to use it. It irritates my skin. I can't use it. Which is true.
Yeah.
I can't use a lot of that.
Yeah.
And
Sorry.
I'm not gonna break down my immune system to clean my hands so I don't get you sick. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Exactly.
in the grocery stores, real quick before we go here, in the grocery stores, you had the arrows directing you which way to walk, right?
Oh yeah.
Sometimes,
And then it's 6 feet apart and
yeah,
it's
sometimes just to be an ass, sometimes I was that way just because I so the whole thing. And then I would walk down the wrong way just to piss somebody off, and get my
especially at
Pop
Walmart.
Tarts or get something to try. I'm right there. I'm not gonna walk all the way around the store. Just go back to right arrow. Forget it, If you're that scared of
You know
getting
what?
sick, then
You
don't
know
be
what?
out.
That's control. That
Yeah.
is, they're trying to control people because
But I was
I'm
laughing
sorry
at the
to say,
people's reaction.
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
so having fun with that, with the people's
You
reaction.
you don't realize how much control they got over. Yes, people got sick and people, but I don't think it was just, in my opinion, it was just a stronger strain of the flu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I That's my opinion. And I asked my spirit guides because everybody was up in the air about the shot and whatnot. And I said, you know what? I'm not. And my husband was adamant about getting it. And I said, if you think you need to, then you
Yeah.
do what you got to do. I said, but I'm going to do. Oh, and he just tried to change my mind. And I said, so I asked my spirit guides, and I got to know every single time. And I said, nope.
So
And so then I said, nope. And he goes, well, you're going to have to. And I said, I will not have to. I said, they can kill me first, but I'm not going to have to. They said, I
Yeah.
will not.
And
And
that's good. That's good for you. And
you know
that's
what's
fine.
crazy is everybody that has either been really sick after, and it's just like getting a flu shot. You're getting the strain of
Yeah.
the flu, and if you get sick, you get sick, and guess what? And I
Well,
said, nope.
I got the two primary vaccines at the beginning, only because my healthcare worker said, "Oh, it's recommended." So I thought,
Yeah,
okay, they must know what they're talking about. And I never
yeah.
thought I was in. I never thought I was in a situation where I had to, but
no,
I
but
was on.
each to their own, and that's all I'm gonna say
And the
is,
hard
you know
part is
what?
when you're
It's
on medical assistance from the state,
yeah,
though. Then
yep,
they can
yep,
tell you got to get it or you
yeah,
don't get assistance. And so
yeah,
I didn't want to lose my
that,
assistance at the
yeah,
time. So
yeah,
so at the time I really had no choice in the matter if I wanted the money each month or the medical assistance that the state was giving me. But now I'm on Medicare anyway, so I'm not on the state assistance anymore. But
right.
but the point of the matter is they shouldn't do that to people
No,
because some people have a bad reaction to that, you know.
And the
And
exactly.
and the question is, yes, we know about like you gotta go a certain way, you gotta have that 6 feet, and we gotta be like really be protective. How come there was actually no security, no enforcement? Yes, I know it was never was a law or something like that, but still, we never got a form of security to make sure that everything was in check. There was
no,
no oversight.
no,
Sorry, Lady
So
V and Oofy, but Bobby, I gotta say, Bobby's right. You guys never want to hear Bobby's right, but Bobby is right. Yes, there was, yeah.
well,
Sorry to give you shit,
Yolanda,
Bobby, but yes.
yeah, Yolanda, I want to say thank you for sharing your story on that and with your
Oh, you're
husband's
welcome.
situation. Um, I,
I always have a lot of stories, so
yeah, and
just
never be too shy to share, and
nope.
you'll have somebody that wants to listen to it, I'm sure. If not live, you'll have somebody listen to the
Crazy to share which
replay later.
stories. Yeah, crazy
yeah,
stories.
but
And
Yep.
yeah.
go ahead, Bobby.
Yeah, like I said, you want us to maintain distance. You want to follow the certain directions. You want us to get jabbed. But why are you not monitoring all this? You should have like a central hub of an oversight committee that will have them come knocking at the door and say, "Hey, why you didn't get backs? Why you didn't follow the directions as directly told by the store managers, or why you're not practicing, why you're not doing all that?" And that's when you have the clicker.
Yep.
Yeah. And then you had the people that refused to wear a mask and they went crazy both sides went crazy on the person not wearing a mask and the person not wearing a mask, saying, I don't have to wear a mask. It's my right not to have to.
Yep.
But
And
then what
I'm
about,
surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised that it didn't break out in more chaos than it did.
yeah.
You know,
So I
because it
think
could
it
have
should be
been
an
way
individual.
bigger.
Again, my main point about this is that if you're afraid of getting sick when you go out, then don't go out. It's simple.
Exactly.
Now,
Yeah.
if you're, if
If
you're,
you're stay home.
yeah, and if you're strong enough and you think you're healthy enough and you got protection, like Yolanda saying, your guide, you have your guides, you have people
Yeah.
you can, or spiritual guides that you can count on and trust, and you listen to what they say, and you're not going to get sick. You're going to be fine. Okay. And
So
so that,
if you guys ever heard of Dolores Cannon,
yes,
so she was a hypnotherapist, and it just it's the body is never to be sick. It's all in our mind because the mind controls the body. We are never to be sick. So if you guys have ailments, I have this, I have that, my diabetes, because my family, it runs in my family. Like people have diabetes in my family. And
You
I
know,
could tell you that it's in, if you look in the metaphysical dictionary, I think it's called dictionary, but it's a metaphysical book that spiritually it's you lost the sweetness in life. And whether that be from a karmic debt or from the when you were growing up and your parents were real hard and you grew up that way and now you're a harsh person, guess what? Eventually, I'm sure if you lost the sweetness in life, you can't find the sweetness in life, guess what? You'll probably get diabetes. But it's, and the reason why it runs in my family is so I am Native American. I married a Mexican. Of course, my name's Alvarado. Um, my mother and I was adopted, and her sister is my biological mother, and my biological father is also Indian. They were in residential schools and they grew up harsh. It was Catholic residential schools, and it was horrible because we grew up, that's how we were raised, was the beatings, and it's just from what the way they were raised, and the people before them that were raised from those residential Indian schools. And so that's the reason why. And I tried to tell them this is, and my sisters, but they refused to listen to me. And now most of them are gone. And then their children, I'm like, you have to forgive them because it's not their fault. It's the way they were raised and the way their parents were raised and the way their parents were raised. It goes back. So you have to forgive your parents for the way they were raised and for the way their parents were raised, because it just goes down the line. It's a generational curse that you have to forgive. It doesn't matter if it's what nationality it is, it's a generational curse. So if you, and honestly, and I forgave my mom after she was gone, after I'm realizing this now that I forgave them. I forgive you, and they are gone. And I talk to them all the time, and I'm like, I forgive you. And when I go visit my mom's grave, it's on the Indian reservation, and all those people that in the cemetery, I'm like, I I pray for you guys that it's not your fault. And I talk to them out loud, or even in my mind, I'm like, it's not your fault.
hmm
It's not. You guys need to, you know, it's, you guys need to move on. It's not your fault. I mean, you guys that they need to realize that. And even my nieces and nephews, it's not your fault. You have to forgive your mom. You have to forgive your grandparents. You have to, otherwise you're not going to live that happy life that is there waiting for you. You have to forgive them. And it's a hard thing because I know what you guys went through because I seen it. I lived it. But you have to forgive them. It's a hard thing to forgive. And that's where therapy comes in. If you have to go see a therapist, see a therapist. I mean, you got to forgive them. You have to forgive yourself for hating it. I mean,
and we're conditioned that way. That's the sad part.
Exactly. And that's just not the Native Americans. That's with any race. It's just the way that your parents were brought up. It's the way your grandparents were brought up. And that's, in my opinion, that's the thing that's wrong. The most hateful people are the most broken. That they need that help. That I'm not saying the wealthy, because everybody, I don't give a shit if you're the Queen of England or the President of the United States or whomever. Everybody has a sad story.
Yeah.
Everybody has a sad story.
Yeah. So what tribe do you represent in your lineage?
Goofy and Venus was asking that.
What?
What tribe are you?
Oh, I'm from Rosebud, South Dakota. So I was born in Rosebud, South Dakota, and I'm Rosebud Sioux, Lakota Sioux.
Dakota. Okay.
Lakota Sioux from Rosebud.
Okay, I recognize that name. Yeah, from this area.
Yep.
So I'm Southwest Minnesota, so it's right next door to South Dakota.
Yep. There's probably Crow or some Sioux. So like over in like the Omaha area, there's Omaha Sioux, and then you got the Santee, but in my opinion, so Crazy Horse, y'all heard of Crazy Horse?
Yeah.
But there's his grandson, which he didn't have kids, but in the Native American, if your brothers and sisters, it would still be grandma, grandpa, whatever. If it was my aunt and uncle, it would still be, because they were close-knit families. So his grandson, it would be his great grandson, I believe. Well, anyway, he wrote a book about Crazy Horse, and the author, the guy that helped him write the book, was his grandfather was in the army that fought against Crazy Horse, and he thought it would clear to help him write this book, to help find the truth about what happened. And so for the Sioux, there's Nakota, Lakota, and Dakota. So it's the Lakota Sioux and the Dakota all left after everything that happened, went to Canada, and then they decided, hey, we're not going to hide. We're going to come back down.
Yeah.
But he wrote to the library, and he talked about his story and whatnot, and he had his book. And so he did a book signing, and I bought the book, and so the Crazy Horse Monument up there with Mount Rushmore, it's true. That's what started the book and Crazy Horse. So if you guys ever come across people that say, hey, I have a picture of Crazy Horse, there were never ever photos taken of him. So fake, but yes. So if you guys ever come across that, and he's traveled the country and whatnot, but yes.
Well,
I said,
somehow, as I was going to a casino up here, they're doing road work, and somehow I got directed around, and I wound up going past this monument from the War of 1862, and it was the Sioux War of 1862.
The Battle of Little Bighorn.
This is in Minnesota.
Oh, okay.
In northern Minnesota. Well, actually, my area, but it was north of here. But it's about a 2-hour drive from here. But I thought I'd go the other way, and then they're doing road work, and I'd go back the other way, which I should have gone the first time anyway. But I wound up finding this monument for some reason, which I'm into paranormal research and stuff like that, and I felt some energy that I couldn't understand, but probably from the war, obviously. But that's where the white people were slaughtered during that time. Okay. And then there was a monument, which actually the white people came back and killed all the Indians after that. But then they have a monument for that. You can look up the War of 1862, I believe it is. Can't remember the actual name. Sioux.
The Great. Is it? Is that called the Great?
What now?
It's not the Trail of Tears.
Not the Trail. That's
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
That's the Cherokee.
The Battle of 1862.
And that may just
Minnesota.
be the name. Yeah.
In Minnesota. But there's a monument. The whole field, that whole area is part of the battle. But the main monument has a fence around it and has a dedication to everyone who lost, the white people who lost their lives, the Native Americans who lost their lives. I don't know, they're Native American at that, you know what I mean? Whatever the proper term is for that at that time. But the people of that time, the monument was made for that, for everybody there, not just for one set nationality. So everyone involved that died there was recognized, which I thought was pretty darn amazing. When you think about that.
I think it would be interesting to go up to the monument. So have you guys watched that movie Thunderheart?
I've heard of it.
It's a good movie. I love that movie. But anyway, so it's up in the Pine Ridge Reservation, which is in the south. What would you call that? Southwest, South Dakota, like northeast, or no, the southeast corner of South Dakota and the northeast of Nebraska area, the Pine Ridge Reservation, which is off because we're like central, and so it'd be off.
Okay.
They have that monument of Crazy Horse and stuff, and I've always wanted to visit that, and I went up there to the Crazy Horse Monument in Mount Rushmore, but we did not stop in the Pine Ridge.
There it is, Dakota War of 1862.
The Dakota War. Yeah. So that I think that's where it comes with Lakota, Dakota, and Nakota.
Yeah. So I found that monument I've been by there. I know I've been by it several times, but I never stopped to look. But somehow my direction took me to stop and look. Okay, I still don't know why.
Ron, you know, nothing ever is a coincidence. Everything. I don't give a shit who you are and what you say, but everything happens for a reason.
Yep.
Everything. There's no coincidences in this world. Everything happens for a reason. Everything. Your car stalls, guess what? It's probably preventing you from an accident or something, or
Yeah.
or whatnot, or you get delayed for whatever reason.
Yeah, at that time they were repaving the 2-lane highway, and he had to be redirected to go back that way, which I should have gone that way the first time. But anyway.
Yeah, somebody was
How
calling you over there. I mean, it's
Yeah.
everything happens for a reason. I don't,
But I
there's a
set a
reason
little
why
prayer.
I found your guys' page. Or
Yeah, and on that stop at the monument, though, I did say a prayer for everyone that was involved, a general prayer for that, and I left in peace, and I hopefully
that's good karma. I mean,
hopefully I left some peace,
yeah.
And
I mean,
go ahead, Bobby, you were gonna ask someone.
Yeah, we know it's kind of like a bit difficult to forgive their parents for what they have did to them, but how can you convince the kid to forgive the parents after they like rebuke them for what they have done like so badly, like from always whipping them to taking their Xboxes away and all that. So how could the kid can overcome that rebuke and forgive the parent?
So my thing is, well, that goes back on the parent, first of all, because if the kid is having a fit about getting the Xbox taken away, what did the kid do? Is it a punishment? Because if it's the parent punishing the kid for whatever happened, then there's probably a good reason why they took the Xbox away. I mean, it's just no difference than a kid throwing a tantrum because they couldn't get a piece of candy, and you're like,
Right.
no, you don't need that, because if you give in to everything that kid wants, guess what? That kid's gonna probably not do good later in life because guess what? You gave them everything they wanted. And yeah, that kid's probably gonna sit there and say, guess what? I can get whatever I want when I want, and it's probably gonna be a rocky road.
And
I'm
he's
sorry
gonna
to
have a
say that.
short
And
life.
maybe it doesn't happen that way, but if that kid, if you sit there and say, no, you cannot have that and punish them, then there's a reason that kid needs to know, hey, I did wrong. I'll go back later and do whatever was, you can't give the kid everything they want because it's not going to turn out well for that kid later in life. I'm sorry. It's not, because then that kid's going to go down a rocky road.
And then Oopie had something. Bobby, show what Oopie said too earlier. On that, there you go. If you can read that one.
Would you believe long ago we sat looking into the setting sun and a Native American spirit came into us? Very strange coincidence. Probably. If you had that energy, and it was probably so I believe that because if you are in that energy, if you're in that space, and it could have been a past life. It could have been a past life. I mean, that you probably had that soul connection. I strongly believe in, sorry, but I strongly believe that because I'm not going to say I know my past lives, because you can go find your past life regressions. You can go and do hypnotherapists and find your past lives. I would say that I I strongly believe in the universal laws. I believe in universal laws like your karma, what you do not want to receive, you will not put out. It's just like your karma. If you don't want something to happen to you, you're not going to do it to that next person.
Yep.
So
Just like the 10 Commandments.
Yep.
You know.
yeah.
I mean,
So-
so that this all goes back to Bobby's little creature guy, but you know, it's the Bible. If people believe in the Bible, there's stuff in there that they took from, you know, the 12 universal laws, you know, I mean, it all connects. It's just what you believe.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
And that like comes back to your statement about the kids rebuking the parents.
Yeah, it's
sometimes I think what you said is actually true. You give them everything, the rebukement will come to the kid, not to the parent.
right. Yep. But the parent also has to know you have to put up your boundaries. If you do not have boundaries, even as a parent against the kid, love your kids because they are born innocent. I don't give a shit, paranormal or not. A kid is never born evil. No, a kid is always born innocent, and they need the love. They need the love, right?
That's it.
But once they get older, past 7 years old, because when a kid reaches a certain age, I'm not going to say 7 years old, but once a kid reaches a certain age, then they see, because they are school age, they are not, and they see other kids and they, oh, maybe if I act like that, because I had a kid, my youngest did the same thing, because I had my niece babysit and she let her kids run over her. And so when I went to pick my kid up, which was younger, he was 4 years old, and I went to pick him up and he threw a fit because we went to go eat at a restaurant and he wanted to play with the knife and the fork, and so I gave it to him. And then all of a sudden I'm like, sit down. I said, now you're being noisy. And he threw the knife. He threw the fork across the room. And I'm like, all right, that's it. I pulled it away and I'm like, you're going to sit down. And he stood up and he started screaming. And I'm like, I told my husband, I told the waitress, I said, can we get our food to go? I told him, I said, take him outside. And so, or no, my husband's like, I'll pay. And I'm like, all right. So I took him outside and he was kicking and screaming and he threw himself out of my hands and he dropped to the ground and he looked at me like, what the hell did you do? You just let me go. And he landed on the ground and I'm like, are you done? I picked him up and he was kicking and screaming. I put him in his car seat and I strapped him in. He was kicking and screaming. I'm like, you can kick and scream all you want. You're not getting out of there. And then I'm like, you need to stop. And I hit his leg and he looked at me. I'm like, you're not doing this. And my husband came out and he was kicking and screaming. I said, just ignore him. Turn the music up. And he did. And then he fell asleep on the way home at night. And I said, no, we're not doing this. And the next day he woke up and he was fine. And I'm like, no, you're not doing this. Yeah, you have to set your boundaries. I don't give a shit if you're the parent of a 1-year-old and they're going to run this world. No, up to a 90-year-old, you got to set your boundaries. I don't care who you are. You have to set your boundaries. If you think blood, if you think you have family and, oh, I have to respect my elders, I have to, I don't give a shit. You have to set that boundary, because if people sit there and say you have to respect your elders, and they're talking shit to you, set that boundary. I don't care who you are, how old you are. You cross that line and you are not respecting me, because respect is not, it's not a reserved thing. Respect is given both ways. You respect me, I'll respect you. You scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. You're not going to talk shit to me because you are my elder. Bullshit.
No, respect is earned. You earn respect.
Yep. You
One
set
thing I
those
learned,
boundaries. You set those boundaries, because if you don't set those boundaries, guess what? People are going to cross them. I don't give a shit if it's your best friend. You set those boundaries, because you know what? You came into this world alone. You're going to leave this world alone. And guess what? You have to take care of yourself, because nobody else is going to do it. Not your kids, not your husband, not your, no. You
when I was
have
in the
to take
military,
care of yourself.
Yeah, when I was in the
You have
military,
to-
I didn't agree that we had to respect the rank just because somebody had, a couple of chevrons on his sleeve, or because he had because he was an officer or whatever. I respected the person, not the rank. There were quite a few that I did not respect who they were because of who they were, not because of the fact they were some kind of rank. If they showed their true colors on who they were, and in the military I'm talking about, it didn't matter what rank you are. I mean, I'd respect the rank because that's what I was told to do as a service member. But in the real sense of the thing, to respect the person goes deeper than what kind of clothes you wear. It goes deeper than what your uniform is. You have to have that respect inside of you in order to receive it.
Yep.
Like you're saying, if you give out the wrong vibe, that's how you're gonna get treated. It don't matter,
Exactly.
And so I know that too, and I've been doing fairly well, I think, with what I'm doing with learning to get along with everybody. What does Venus say?
But Jesus, I got bifocals and I still can't see it. Come on, Bobby, read it.
Okay, but that does not mean you're still connected. You gotta be careful to let your own ego or pride take over in these situations.
Yeah.
Yeah, your ego's gonna automatically take over in self-defense, because your ego is always on guard, and that's what's gonna protect you, is your ego. Everybody has a soul, and if you're connected to that soul, and trust your gut, because your gut is your intuition. It's going to tell you whether that person is good or it's not. If your gut feels queasy, you know what?
Your inner voice,
person.
Your inner voice, your innermost self is going to tell you.
Yeah.
And we're more connected. We're actually more connected, all of us.
Yeah.
We're more connected.
We are connected, because I mean, why did we cross paths? I'm not talking to you because I wanted. I mean, I want to talk to you because I wanted to talk to you, but I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't
like you were talking about your guide. You were talking about connecting with your guide.
Everybody has a spirit team
exactly
when they come into this world.
Exactly.
I don't care. No, everybody.
Yeah, we all agree on that.
Yeah, they say Earth is the school of everything, and when you come to Earth, guess what? You're badass, because when you go to other galaxies and whatnot, and you know what, there you have that badge of honor, because you went to Earth, because nothing else in the universe has the negativity, has the hate, has whatever else that we're living.
That's right.
And people, I said, once I leave this, I'm not coming back. I got to I've seen my numeric numbers. I've seen 1111. I've connected with, I know now that what this is. I paid my karmic debt. If I don't have to come back here, some bitch, I'm not coming back here because this place is evil. This place is horrible.
There's nothing here now. There's
There
nothing here
isn't.
for us.
No, because we already
done
done
all the
found,
learning.
we did find, and that's when people say you have to be on Jesus's level of consciousness. You have to be on that fifth level of consciousness of loving each other, seeing
Yeah.
if you can look at another person and see their soul, or if you look at another person and you can see, hey, you know what? That person is going through, everybody has a sad story. If you could see, you know what? Has that person been beaten? Has that person had a bad childhood? Is that person going through a bad marriage? Is that person, because everybody has a sad story. If you can sit there and look at their sad stories, you know what? This world would be such a kinder place because there would be so much more love. You would feel sorry for that next person.
Yeah.
You would sit there and want to go and hug them, and you would say, you know what? I know how you feel, because everybody has a sad story.
All right, so going back to schooling, how come it's like all connected to peer pressure between like the other students and the teachers and all, and the administrative panel?
Control. It's about control.
Yeah.
So if somebody, so if you sit there and think about people having control, you know what? I can't say what was, but that's just the thing, is these teachers before, and it's changing, that think that they have control, but these kids, this generation that's coming up now, it's not gonna happen. It's not the way we went to school. It's not, it's changing, because look at these kids. People sit there and say they're lazy, they don't have this. It's not working for them. We were trained in school to be there for 8 hours a day. And that's how we work. That's how we go to our jobs, is 8-hour days or longer, because that's how we were trained. And nowadays there's remote learning. And people are saying these younger kids are lazy. There's nobody that wants to work. It's not, that's what it is because it's this new generation, these new souls that are coming in, it's changing this world, and people don't know how to adapt.
Yeah. And then
it's these kids, these new souls that are coming in, these souls that are reincarnating are changing this world, because it's not the way it used to be, and it's not gonna be this way. It's changing, and us old souls are here. Us indigos are here to break the system, to help these kids, and that's what's breaking the system.
Yeah.
Do you see it? It's breaking the system, because you know what? Now everybody's complaining because there's no workers. There's no people to work these fast food places. There's no people to work these manufacturing places. There's no people because you know what? They're all about the change. And they're like, no, we're not going to go and work 8 hours and be zombies in 10, 12 hours. We're not going to be zombies.
Well, if I could
We're
work
going to do this. And guess what? They are breaking the system, because the system, this is our system. We can sit there and say, there's no people to work. They're lazy. They're doing, they're not lazy. They're breaking the system.
Making their own
They're breaking
rules.
the system from what we knew.
Yeah.
If you sit there and look at it, it's not, they're not lazy. there are people to work, but they're not willing to work on what we had structured. They're making their own structure. They're bringing in the new world. They are bringing in new. And guess what? Us old people, we're here to help them. And if you're not enlightened, guess what? They're lazy. They're this. They're that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I was gonna say,
it's it's
you know,
and
now if I could work now, which they told me I shouldn't because of my health issues, but
yeah,
if I could work now, I would. And to be flipping burgers at $14 an hour, holy crap! You
yeah,
know,
way back then for
I
the
mean,
price, it
when
would
I
be
was
wonderful.
working, I had to beg for a 50-cent raise, so to speak. You know, when I worked at the drugstore, and I had to, hey, you're starting this guy out at such and such pay, and I had to work here 6 months. How about giving me a raise? You know,
Yeah, yeah,
but
but
I had to prove
also
my point. It wasn't just given to me. I had to prove
right,
it. You know.
right. But now that you sit there and look at it, and they don't care how much you're going to pay them because they're not going to do the work,
All right.
you
Right.
know? And yeah, these fast food places, do you see them shutting down more?
Yeah.
Because processed foods are not good for you. Like we
And they're going
as
automated
humans,
too. They're going into
yeah,
automation.
and
The
as
restaurants
humans,
are.
we were never meant to stay on animal meat.
Right.
We are meant to eat fruits and vegetables and
All of it, not just
everything that
part.
came
Yeah.
out from the earth.
Yeah.
The meats and stuff
Because
were to
God,
meant to
yeah,
get us through the
yeah.
ice age and whatnot. But it's yeah,
God said you
it's
could eat everything except for the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. That meant we could eat everything in the field, you know, not just the animals, you know, everything.
yeah. I
And
mean,
so,
if red meat they say is not good for you, it's not good for you. Like your body is
yeah, it might not be.
and okay, hold on.
I
Your
mean, I
body
like
is not like your body is your body is to be so you're supposed to eat fruits and vegetables. Chicken's all right. Fish is all right because it's not, but pork and red meats are not good for you. Even though we like it, I do. I like a steak
yeah,
every now and then. I like a burger every now and then. But you just got to make sure that, hey, I deserve this, you know, and just thank the universe, thank your creator, thank God, whoever, whatever you believe in, source, whatever you believe in. Hey, thank you. I deserve this meal. That's the reason why people pray over their food before they eat, is because then it doesn't stay on them. I mean, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't stick on them because people is always worried about their weight. Pray over
yeah.
your food. Thank the cow for the meat. Thank the grains.
I thank
Thank
the cows
everything
all the
that
time.
thank
You guys see me
whatever
driving.
thank you for giving your life for me to have this meal. Thank you, creator, for whatever. It's you have to be grateful in life.
Yeah.
You have to be grateful for everything that you have, your home, your health, your
Oh yeah.
hold on, I'm going to put my phone down a minute, but
Yeah. We're about
you have
ready.
to be grateful for everything that is. That's
Yeah.
all that this universe is saying to you is be grateful to God, creator, earth, whatever you believe in, universe. Be be grateful. That's all it's asking, is that you are grateful for all of it. It's good
See what
it's
Venus.
good karma.
See what
What
Venus says here.
It's good karma.
On my
Venus
drive.
Venus needs to come on this show.
Yeah, we're about ready to wrap it up, though. It's already going on 3 hours. I'm surprised we went.
What's Venus say?
She said, I naturally acknowledge the rocks and cows on my trip. When I'm driving, I always say hi to the rock, Mr. Rock.
Mr. Rock.
I say hi to all the cows making the veggie burgers. Get a big laugh out of that one.
Yeah. Hey, Lady V, I go and hug my trees. I hug my trees, and I'm like, I go and hug them and ask them how they're doing, and because you know what, it's a living soul.
Yeah.
Every living soul, yeah.
Well, we got to be getting off here, I think. Thank you for joining us, though. And maybe soon we'll talk to Venus and have her on with you. And we'll have some fun with that. And, but, yeah, we'll try to work that out. But you are always welcome, of course. We'll let you do all the talking. We'll just let you talk.
Yeah.
Up trees, touch grass.
That's the whole point of that's really the whole point of having the guests, is letting them share what they want to share. You know. And with my voice recently from the other day, I was not feeling well Wednesday, and I think it was from something I drank too much of something, and had kind of, I guess you'd call it a hangover, I guess. Not used to drinking too much. I don't usually do that, but I did.
Hey, it happens, right?
I'll admit it.
You're human. You're human.
I just
That's all right. Hey, alcohol is not.
Yeah.
Do not ever think that you consume alcohol once in a while.
I survived. I survived, and I just know I can't drink that much like that again. That's crazy. But yeah. Anyway, I survived.
All right. Well, I'm glad you survived, and thank you guys for letting me be on this show.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Lady V and Goofy, you guys have a good night.
And you can come back, especially with the holidays coming up. We're going to be here. If you're bored and you ain't got nothing to do, and you want to have some fun and share some laughs, and we won't be all serious like we were tonight.
Yeah.
But, we weren't too serious.
Stories.
Yep. We weren't too serious, but yeah, your stories are welcome, and we'll just talk about it, and maybe somebody else will join us, and they'll share some of their stories.
Yeah,
and that's what it's about, is to share our stories.
All right.
And
thank you.
We never know what we're going to find out, and we might learn something, believe it or not.
Yeah,
and that's the key right there.
Bobby,
we got to learn.
Yeah, Bobby, we give you shit because we love you. So
I love you too.
Hey, that's why he's still here. He's still here, and he's still hanging in there.
Yep.
Yeah, he knows.
If we didn't mention you, we wouldn't like you.
That's right. All right. Well, we're going on 3 hours. Go ahead and roll those promos there, Bobby, the ones that we did earlier.
You guys have a good night then.
Thank you, Yolanda.
Good night, Yolanda.
Thank you. Good night. All right.
Bye.
Good night, everybody. Bye.
All right.
Well, thank you.
How you doing?
Mhm.
Uncle, I'm trying to throw a show.
All right, yeah. Yeah, that last one was my newest one I made today. And the UFO one is from Craig Ansel and the Three Beards podcast. And then, of course, Anthony made the anniversary one for their show on Thursday night. But man, this next week on Thursday night, they have a lineup for a show. And then next couple of weeks, you're going to have a bunch of people on our show. So be ready for that on Thursday night, 7:30 to 9:30, Dimensions of the Supernatural. Don't miss it. All right. Of course, Bobby's Space Wave after. Don't forget that. All right. So, Bobby, I think we did good. Longest we've been for a while, huh? 3 hours.
Yeah.
All right. I guess about time to say good night. Good night, everybody. Thank you again. And we'll see everybody on the next one. Bye for now.
And remember, we're on Bexler, Podbean, YouTube, Facebook, Trouble, Odyssey, and Rumble.
Yep. Follow us on all that stuff. Bye for now.
All right, see you later.